he's the Frenchman that flies British Airways. No, it's just also because it was a little bit shorter to fly to London than to fly to Paris. It's maybe I don't know, 45 minutes shorter. That's really good. Yeah, with FS2 crew or even with multi-crew experience, but I like these kind of co-pilot programs because it allows you to do things a little bit with a bit of more like mental capacity, so to speak. And it kind of also like demonstrate a bit of crew work, you know, because these aircraft, they are not like a single pilot aircraft. It's a two pilot aircraft, and the tasks are divided between the two pilots. So it's good to do it that way. And also, like for example, when you fly, I mean, you don't have to do like the switching off or on of lights, like the gear. You can just say like gear down, and the program, like, you know, drops the gear for you, extend or retract the flaps, things like that, which is exactly what would happen in real. You know, there's a guy flying and he says to the other guy, you know, gear down, and the other guy like drops the gear, flaps such and such, and the other guy extends the flaps, and that's the way it works in the real aircraft. So it's for me, it's something I can't live without. You know, I've got to have like these co-pilot programs, because that helps me kind of demonstrate a little bit, you know, the way the aircraft works and the way we operate the aircraft. So yeah, teamwork makes the dream work. Wow, good go, 3 hours 55. Approaching 20 north. The crossing actually usually is it goes quite quick. I think the most painful, should I say, is really the last section once you get over Ireland and you get into a domestic. Right, the max 379. Okay, let's climb 370. So once again, we set up 370 in the altitude window here on the MCP, the mode control panel. Here we still have 3.5, but when we press the altitude knob, that changes to 370, and got thrust ref, VNAV speed, and up we climb.
(1,000 feet to level off).
Check. Here we are. Speed VNAV path.
Checked.
So we always kind of speak out the change of modes here on the flight mode annunciator. It's just to kind of help you be aware of the autopilot and where basically all the automatics modes, be it for the thrust or for the lateral and vertical guidance. Some airlines don't do it, others do. But it's actually not a bad thing to kind of do it. Makes you aware of what the aircraft is doing. So yeah, as I was pointing out a few minutes ago, the wind on the kind of second half of the Atlantic usually is not that strong, but still kind of westerly wind, so it's beneficial at this stage. It's still a tailwind, but it's less strong than on the first part of it. Sham 2505, the separation between the two is between two aircraft usually vertically is 1,000 feet. That's the kind of standard separation vertically. Laterally it depends on a lot of things and where you are. Around airports they can take the separation sometimes down to is it 2.5 miles in some places. Depends on the refresh rate of the radar and the distance to the radar head and things like that. There's a lot of things to consider. Sometimes it's 2.5 is quite specific on final approach. And most busy airports is 3 miles, sometimes 4, 5, and then it depends as well on the wake turbulence of the aircraft, because they can't really put let's say a 737 behind the 380 on final, because the 380 is a super, so you need like a bigger gap, so due to the wake turbulence. So even if from a radar point of view they could decrease the distance to maybe 2.5, 3 miles, because of the wake turbulence they still need maybe 6 or 7 miles. The gaps behind the supers are like quite big. Thank you guys for the follows. As always, Filipino Pacheco, thank you very much for the follow. I don't always acknowledge the follow alerts, but I do notice them, so thank you again for all the follows. And yeah, you're correct on Sham 2505 on an easterly direction. It's odd flight level number. So like I am at the moment, flight level 370 going eastbound. The one thing to remember about crossing the Atlantic when you're on the organized track system on the NATS, on the North Atlantic tracks, is that once the tracks are active, the levels don't really depend on the direction of flight. So on the eastbound track, you can fly from, let's say, 310 all the way up to 410 sometimes. So you can be at 31, 32, 33. So you can be both at even and odd levels when you are on the actual active track. On random routings, they want you to kind of follow the direction of flight. So westbound even flight level, and eastbound odd flight level. But once the tracks are active, then all the levels are blocked and you can fly odd or even flight level. Right, we're approaching Mallet. Quite good. The difference between the engine driven pump and the the air demand. Actually, ADP. Anyway, I see what you mean. So let's have a look at the hydraulic system on the synoptic. So that's the basically what we call the synoptics for the hydraulic system, and you can see the system has got like 3 parts: the left system here, the center system, and the right system. You can see at the tops there what each system is controlling or managing. The left system is controlling the left reversers, the flight control system, or part of the flight control system, part of the flight controls. The center system deals with the nose gear and steering, the alternate reserve brakes, the flaps, the main gear and steering, and some flight controls as well. And the right system is the normal brakes, the right reversers, and the flight controls. So the flight controls are quite good in the sense that the 3 systems kind of manage the flight control, so there's like triple the redundancy. But the flaps are only on the center system, so if you lose the center system, for example, you still have the flaps, but it's not the primary system. It would be the secondary system in charge of extending the flaps, for example. The gear as well is highly dependent on the center system, and if you lose the center system, then you'll have to use the alternate gear extension system. So yeah, that's a rough overview of the hydraulic system there. The EDP, understand that stands for engine driven pump, and the engine driven pump are the here the left engine pump here on the primary, and the right pump. The ADP, I understand there might be the air driven pumps, which are the C1 and the C2 demand pumps here, this one and this one here, and this pump here along with this one and this one. So the primary C1 and C2, and the left demand and right demand pumps, these pumps are electric. So it's basically a three-way system. Some pumps are driven by the engine power or whatever. Others are like electric, and these 2 center pumps, they are air driven. Arctic 746 is it's a good question. As part of the type rating, we do have to fly raw data ILS. Yeah, we are competent to fly raw data. It's quite challenging, but we are competent to do it. We can do it. The approach speed will be exactly the same raw data, or with the autopilot, or with flying with flight director. The approach speed's got nothing to do with the way you fly the approach. The approach speed is basically a function of the aircraft weight, and you'll see later on when I set up the arrival for Heathrow how we decide the approach speed. Good Tech 1337. Yeah, officially we're not supposed to pull out any cameras or any phones or something like that, but I mean, yeah, we can do it. I mean, it's okay. I mean, I've taken a lot of photos and stuff you know, before. So yeah, it's not a big deal. The only thing, when you're in the cruise and there's not much happening, I consider it's fine, you know, it's not like a crime. But yeah, I wouldn't pull, you know, the phone out and take photos when you're on the approach or during the descent or the climb or during the busy periods. I wouldn't do it. But when it's quiet in the cruise and, like, you know, you're over the ocean and you want to take, I don't know, a picture of the sunset or the sunrise or something, then I don't see the issue. The kind of logo of the YouTube and Twitch channel appear there. Trying to move the mouse about. This is actually a photo from the flight deck of sunrise. I think it was actually over the Atlantic somewhere. So yeah, that's the way we do the splitting on the splitting of the workload on the long flight is that there's what we call like an operating crew and an augmenting crew. If there's like 4 guys, the operating crew, as the name says, will do the takeoff. Will fly usually the first part of the flight. Then we'll go for a rest, and then we'll come back about an hour before landing to do the descent, approach, and landing at destination. And the augmenting guys will do usually the first part of the flight. They will spend in the crew rest compartment, and then they will fly the second part, and then they'll be relieved when the operating crew takes over for the descent, approach, and landing. Hey, Dan, Mr. Howe, thank you very much. 100,000 followers today. Yeah, the beds in the crew rest compartment are comfortable. I mean, it's no ideal. It's like some sort of a big mattress. It's nothing like a bed. It's like a big cushion. But you can put. We've got these also these. You can put what do we have? What is it called? It's a bit like a mattress protector. It's quite soft. You can double it. You can put a blanket as well. So you can make it comfortable. It's not too bad. That's good. The question may not have been asked, but yeah, you're interested in it. When do you step climb? That's actually a good question. It's a shame, obviously, you're asking this question at the end of the flight, and the computer and the aircraft doesn't want to climb anymore. It's reached, you know, the maximum it can go to. But basically, the flight management computer, the FMC, kind of works out as the aircraft gets lighter, as you burn the fuel during the flight. It works out the different stages when you can climb to a higher level to reach or to be as efficient as you can be. So usually on let's say on a flight like today, which was 6 hours, the flight plan was recommending to start at 330, then 35, and then 370. And as you go along, the computer kind of suggests you to continue climbing higher and higher. You wouldn't climb, for example, from 3.5 to 3.70 when the computer says max 3.71. You would climb when the recommended level, as you can see here, when recommended is the next level above. That's when you would climb. you wouldn't climb just because you can make it by 100 feet. You would wait for the computer to recommend it, and the way that the computer recommends a level is that it looks at 500 miles ahead, and it looks at your wind forecast here, and according to the winds and the optimum levels as well, it works out which level is the most efficient. It's quite a clever system actually, and then it recommends the level. But so for example, the optimum can be as is at the moment 377, or let's say it could be 370, but could recommend 350 if the winds are much stronger at 350 than they are at 370. So even though the optimum could be 370, it will recommend 3.5, for example, if the winds are stronger at that level, if that makes sense, because obviously you're gonna fly faster if you go more of a tailwind at 3.5 than you have at 3.7. So it looks at you know, the overall picture. You know, it looks at the optimum levels, you look at the wind forecast, the temperature, and tries to achieve the most economical flight profile, taking into account all those factors. There's somebody 2,000 feet above, but they look like they're coming towards me there. Yeah. So P3D with the yeah, commercial jet, that's all it shows. Yeah, 40,000 feet. That's good. Okay, cool. Yeah, France KLM. Yep. Who knows? Hey, Shamrock 17 Tango. Yeah, the 777 does hand fly. I like to hand fly the departure if it's not too busy, and the arrival we do a hand fly as well. The kind of final approach, maybe down from 1,500 feet or something, 1,000 feet or below. Yeah, Salome 81, thank you. I don't like to hand fly like the whole arrival, or because sometimes it gets busy and I kind of adds a little bit of workload to the colleague, and yeah, it's not fair really. And the autopilot does a better job anyway. So, but to keep a bit of proficiency going, yeah, do hand fly sometimes the departure, and also at least the final approach. The takeoff and landings anyway are always manual, unless you do an auto land if the weather is foggy, or but otherwise all the takeoffs and landings are manual, of course. Right, I think the time has come. Yeah, we've got about half an hour to top of descent. The time has come to have a look at the arrival. So it's a 122025 for the arrival weather.
Echo Golf Lima Lima airport information Delta 1520 Zulu weather wind 000 at 9 visibility 4 sky condition 1,300 scattered ceiling 4,000 broken light rain temperature 14 dew point 13 QNH 1018 advise on initial contact. You have information Delta Echo Golf Lima Lima airport information Delta 1520 Zulu weather wind 000 at 9 visibility 4 sky condition 1,300 scattered ceiling 4,000 broken light rain temperature 14 dew point 13 QNH 1018 advise on initial contact. You have information Delta Echo Golf Lima Lima.
So 1018 is the QNH, so I can preset now. Royal CS. Oh, good. Where did you get the ATIS? Do you have access to the ATIS somehow? That's good. Arrival runway 09 left. Okay. Yeah. I'll be happy to go with her. Welcome to Foxtrot. Okay. Good. Oh, magic, magic. Nice. Right, so yeah, we'll program the arrival. So earlier on, I've seen we checked the recall, and there's not been any failures, any technical issues on the checklist. We make sure if we had any technical malfunction, sometimes in the checklist there are notes which kind of tell you how to configure the aircraft or any operational information of importance, but that's not the case, so there's no notes here. We can close that. And for the arrival, we'll go to then ILS 09 left. That's the Ockham to Foxtrot. And the transition will be via Ockham, yeah. No, I'm talking about, yeah, Ockham. Here it is. So we got Heathrow arrivals, Ockham to Foxtrot, ILS 09, and transition Ockham. We'll look at the legs page from Bedek. It's supposed to be at flight level 140. So we'll put slash 140 at Bedek. Flight level 140 there. Execute. Then we go to a Nidget. Then we've got the speed limit point, which is on that radial 273 from Ockham, so that's why we've got D273 there. 273 is for the radial. And Lima, that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 DME. 12 DME Ockham, 250 knots, so that is correct here. Ockham 220 and it's not 7,000, so I'm gonna have to go to the forecast econ descent page, descent forecast page there, and set 070 in the transition level. So now we've got 220 flight level 70 at Ockham. Okay, and then ILS 09 left. From Ockham, once again we go via 8 DME here, still 220, 289 Lima, 289 Lima, 6,000 feet here. Goodwood 35, what is that? Oh yeah, 35, yeah, and then to the CIFI, okay. And the missed approach, there's a left turn, 3,000 feet, that's it, yeah. Very nice. Minimums, it's 280 I think. So barrow minimums 280. So for the approach speed, the way we do it is to first look at your zero fuel weight, 212.8 here, and then at the fuel on landing, which shows, oh, there's something. Something not right. Maybe if I change this, I don't know why it keeps jumping from one to the other there. Anyway, 9.9. So let's say 10 and 212.8. That's gonna be 222.8, and a little bit less, maybe 222.5. So that will be the weight on landing. Flap 30 is gonna give us a VRF of 141. That's it. Got our descent set there. We got VRF, our minimum, so QNH is preset. Auto brake will preset 3. 3 is the easy one, really. Descent checklist.
Stand by.
Tango Golf 1 navigation direct to Compton, time flight level 190. London Patrol, good afternoon. Compton 86 Yankee with you at 6,000. Steve reported to the departure at Gatwick. Compton 86 Yankee, hello to you, time flight level 330. Clarify level 330, Compton 86 Yankee. American 1337, descent flight level 120.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the London ATIS. Yeah, this guy is broadcasting
American 1337, descent flight level
London's
120.
ATIS. Yeah, good stuff.
American
Thank you very much
1337.
for the follow, Oknar Filmer. Thank you very much. So,
American 1337, go ahead.
Descent flight level 120.
Confirm 120, 1337.
Oscar Romeo X-ray 914, Dane to Alpha arrival Manchester. Dane to Alpha arrival Manchester. Alpha. Zero 34 November 25 miles 9 left, descent to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1018. 4,000 feet, 1018, please repeat for November.
London, good afternoon. Speedbird 178.
Speedbird 178, good afternoon, pass message.
Speedbird 178, fly level 370, approaching Istanbul.
Speedbird 178, not in my airspace, 10122 decimal 8.
Wilco 178.
One pro right now, 8 EGLL.
Okay. Back to 122.8. No! Oh, and we have Baldono. Okay, well, we'll keep listening to London, sorry.
Binary 33 Link Kilo, not in my airspace, 10122 decimal 8.
Unicom is not doing much.
American 1337, no further ATC, monitor 122.
Very good, very good. At least we have ATC for the arrival. 09 left.
Sorry, Uniform 122.8, 1337, thanks for ATC.
Hey, cool, Aero Cities. Speedbird 7 Tango Golf. Beautiful.
Right 330, Speedbird 34 November. Speedbird 7 Tango Golf, climb flight level 260, what's your request at level?
Hey, that was you there. Very good.
Controls, Speedbird 512, stand 5.
Speedbird 7 Tango Golf. Very nice.
Speedbird 512, hello there, call you back in 30 seconds, brake lift time to 2477, climb now flight level 170, no speed control.
The controller sounds good. Ah, okay, for London, you know, as I was saying earlier on, VATSIM, yeah, the controller needs to know a little bit what he's doing. But,
time flight level 170,
oh, there's a guy in Manchester. He's got like 4 departures. The tower. He doesn't need to be a wizard, you know.
034 November 09 left, please land 36 degrees 8 knots.
So Heathrow on the 9th at 1550 Zulu.
Thompson 86 Yankee, thanks for your
That
help
was
there.
about
Contact
20
Euro
minutes
Control
ago.
135.
360 at 8, 310, wearing to 030, 999, like rain, fuse, gutter, broken, 108.
Not Unicom, it's Euro Control 13525.
Very good.
I'll post you on 135.25. Thank you, bye-bye.
How do you get rid of this now?
Virgin 1738, hello 2, climb now, flight level 200, no speed control. Speed with 5 kilo Charlie, no settle for you, monitor 132, decimal 8,
FMC message on the ATIS, reset MCP altitude. It's time to, boys and girls, it's time to descend.
Romeo Sierra, hello, after departure, clear to control there.
So we'll descend when ready.
Flight level 100, smoke 7425.
Derek 009, no, the type rating is the same for all the variants. It's exactly the same. All you need to be aware of is the different the difference between the variants, and there are very few differences actually, but that's the same rating for every single variant. It's exactly the same rating.
Cargo 700 Echo, runway 09, clear to land 010 degrees 12 knots. I'll just feel my plan. Thompson 348, contact Gatwick 126.
Yeah, the controller is very busy there. It's not really getting any breaks. It's like constant chat. And he also has to do some texting as well, typing instructions to aircraft. So the guy is talking and typing at the same time. It's quite busy. Sounds busy. That's it. Top of descent. Down we go. Idle.
Check.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah, it was a smooth flight, Chili Willis. Thank you for asking and joining us again. I hope you are well, fellow GSA member.
Good evening, Ryanair 160 with you, flight level 380 inbound for 4.
Traffic.
Hold.
Check.
Traffic?
Pilot 2163 London, Roger. 234 November, right Alpha, Charlie, Pakistan 548. Good afternoon.
Oh yeah, behind. Yeah, okay.
Right Alpha, Charlie, 548.
It's okay, I think he's quite behind.
Virgin 1738, climb flight level 370. Cool, Chile Willis. It's a nice aircraft. It is, and they've done a great job in the simulation here, so it's very enjoyable. Somebody in TCAS there as well.
Runway control and Navy 1.24 with you on stamp P3D. Receive at Heathrow Airport, wind 7,500, QNH 1018, to Stockholm, with information in India.
Oh gee, that's really weird. I've got the label of traffic here coming through the panel and the screens. That's another little
Clear to
glitch.
flying Bravo, Kilo 22 departure, runway 09 left. Squawk 247.
Scandinavian 17245.
Seatbelt sign auto.
Seatbelt signs auto.
Sorry, I didn't get that. I just got the end. Say again.
Control, ready to taxi, speed boost 512.
Seatbelt sign on.
Seatbelt signs coming on.
That's what I meant. No! Drag required. It's okay, the speed is not too bad. It was doing the same actually on the FSX version, so I believe that's something did not got totally right, because going over the speed by a couple of knots shouldn't trigger that drag required message. Yeah, FS to Krug, flying gas mask, that's correct. Jet driver, that's a good question. I think I kind of answered that before, and yeah, I'm not gonna get into a discussion about that. For me, it's a hobby. If what I do online can help kind of sustain the hobby, then why not? That's all I'll say. I've had this conversation before, this discussion before. But I mean, it's not been that successful anyway today, so it's not. It's not working out for me. I've been M08. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, certainly it does help a little bit. Yeah. It's a good representation of the actual aircraft, so it does help. It shows me places which I don't go to or I've never seen. It shows me a little bit what they look like, what's involved, and there's an eerie resemblance between what you see in the simulator here and when you go to places in real. It does look similar. Right, so here we are coming down towards
1,000 feet to level off.
Bidek. The choice of aircraft is really down to the airline you're flying for. You don't really have a choice. Mega LT, the climb con button allows you to choose the thrust mode up here, above all when you are like single engine, or if you want to change to climb. If we press, you see it changes the thrust mode to climb, so it's just to change the thrust mode back to climb or to continuous using this button. That's what it does. See, we had like the thrust mode here was cruise, and we change it back to climb, and I'll change it back to
Romeo Sierra, redirect west coast.
Sorry, west coast, Golf Range there, someone's stalling.
Speedbird 817, make on board, heading 265, high speed.
265,
London. Good evening, Speedbird 178, fly level 140.
Speedbird 178, hello, Stormwood Charlie.
Mode Charlie, Speedbird 178. I am. Oh, yeah, it's not linked. Okay, it was not linked with the pilot. I hope it's working now.
Speed 178, turn left heading 360 degrees, descend flight level 80, we're in a vector into 9
Okay, descent level 80 and left heading 360 degrees, speed beyond 178. So 80, 360 degrees, it's gonna give us a shortcut.
Virgin 1738, contact Eurocontrol 135 250.
Not necessarily, let's see what it looks like.
Eurocontrol, P3D.
Oh! Well, I don't... Wow, check the weather there, south of London. I think he's gonna send us for a shortcut.
510, speedbird 513.
Negative, climb flight level 170, no speed control.
Time to descend.
Correction 170, no speed control. Speedbird 512. Flight control, go high, sir.
Yeah, but sim ATC is okay. These guys make an effort and it makes you know, the flying a little bit more interactive, so that's good. Yeah, it's okay.
Under control, very good evening to you, Ryder 89 Echo, Romeo, that's Untitled Chapter, 800.
Spread 89 Echo Romeo, London Heathrow, please course, look for wind Sierra departure, runway 0 course, walk 4 course, 34.
24 miles, India Alpha India Alpha, that's the correct ident. We're gonna take an extension of the center line, not from Goodwood 35, but from the CI, so we'll set the CI on top. The final course is 092. Set it here, 092, then execute. It's gonna draw a line. We'll reduce the speed now to 50 knots. So it looks like it's gonna take me through the localizer and then back from the northern side. "23 miles, I'm a little bit high.
Under control, good afternoon, Ryder 980, excellent, I'll go with you.
Cabin crew, prepare for landing.
Spanner 98 expert out, good afternoon, your turret is to your destination, Aston 4 Sierra departure.
Approach checklist.
Event 178, turn right heading 080 degrees, descend flight level 70, right.
Descent level 70 and right heading 080, speed level 178.
Student 178, 26 miles 09 left, and altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1018.
Descent altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1018, speed level 178. So, 108.
JFK Hotel, hello to you. It's the Jackal 1 Hotel arrival.
Sorry guys, I'm not going to be able to answer the on the chat.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be arriving at our destination shortly. If you're making a
Oh, we are in the soup.
please see the customer service agent meeting
It's
the
raining.
flight or the video monitors in
The frames are going to be killed, I can feel that coming.
For your continued safety, flight attendants will now walk through the cabin to secure it for landing. We'll collect any off-service items, newspapers and any other items that you wish to discard or may not be taking off the aircraft with you. Also, in preparation for landing, please turn off all electronic devices. Stow these devices below all other carry-on items. Please use caution when opening the door
120, stop climb,
as items
speedbird
may have
512.
shifted during our flight.
Golf Romeo
Please
Sierra,
stow your
flight
tray
level
tables and
180.
return your seats to their upright positions.
Total 180, no
Secure your
faster.
seatbelts. We'll be landing shortly. Thank you.
Hello, Sim dude.
Flight 98 X-ray Delta, runway 04, clear to take off, 03 degrees, 12 knots.
04, clear takeoff for Rhino 98.
012, thanks, climb flight level 130.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1.
Speedbird 512, climb flight level 130, please.
Control 130, Speedbird 512.
Speedbird 178, turn right heading 190 degrees.
Right heading 190, speedbird 178.
Speedbird 817,
1,000 feet to level
09
off.
left, and to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1018.
15,000 feet, 118.
Speedbird 817, start reducing your speed back to 20 knots, please.
Roger, 220, Speedbird 8.
London Heathrow, try again.
Scandinavian 1534 and 330 with information in your request pushes past.
Scandinavian 1534, push start through.
Push and service approved. Scandinavian 1534.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
Roger, Control. Good evening. Speaker 252 Mike with you. Flight descending flight level 40.
0252 Michael, squawk 0313, on 2 Foxtrot for 9 left.
Okay, squawking.
Don't interrupt the people, wait until they've finished. Break start. Speedbird 252 Mike, pass your message.
Descending to flight parking period. Squawking 0.
It is gonna be exciting indeed.
Arrival 09 left. Speaker 252 Mike, thank you.
Speedbird 178, transfer altitude 3,000 feet.
Descent altitude 3,000 feet, speedbird 178.
Speedbird 178, turn left heading 120 degrees, and establish localized 09 left, and glide path.
Left heading 120 and establish on the localizer, descend with the glide, speedbird 178.
Speedbird 512, climb flight level 370.
Flaps 15.
Speedbird 512, climb flight level 370, please.
Flaps
1,000
15.
feet to level off. Flaps 15.
Speedbird 512, London. Ryder 98, X-ray Delta, squawk 6236, and I down.
6365, I have Rhino 98, X-ray Delta.
Speedbird 512, London.
What is the aircraft doing? Is leveling off.
Yes, London 512.
Climb flight level 370, please.
370, proceed. Control landing at DM602 with you, flight level 320.
Wind 602, London, Roger, begin full Bravo 609 left. When you are ready, descend. Flight level 180 to the level at F-Block.
Roger, beginning for Bravo departure, landing runway 04, on left, descend flight level 180 to level at F-Max, DM2.
Stand by brakes, Speedbird 817, turn left heading 180 degrees, reduce speed 180 knots.
Glide slope capture 3000.
Okay, I wasn't calling you, check your call sign please. Speedbird 817, turn left heading 180 degrees, reduce speed 180 knots.
Gear down.
180,
Flaps 20.
Flaps 20.
5 to the 1 Juliet, it's away right.
Radio altimeter. London Heathrow.
Okay, all stations will wait and listen to other people. Don't interrupt other people, otherwise it all goes
Flaps
well,
30.
All goes upwards.
Flaps
Triple 6
30.
Echo X-ray, squawk 0365, Timber 1 Juliet, acknowledge and acknowledge.
I'm not really sure he's gonna be able to clear us.
Squawk 0365, it's in text, read it please. Stupid 1789 left, please. Stupid 1789 left, please to land 36 degrees 8 knots.
Clear to land 09 left, speedbird 178.
Ryder 98, X-ray Delta, climb now flight level 170.
Climb now flight level 170 for Ryder.
Clear to land.
Speedbird 17, left,
Checked.
heading 120 degrees.
Landing
Ryder
checklist.
9 left, descend right path. Canada rate 56,
Landing checklist.
welcome heading
Landing
29
checklist
degrees,
complete.
20 knots, descend flight level 70.
There's something wrong with the landing display.
Checked.
Speedbird 252, Mike, descend flight level 80, speedbird level lock.
38,000, speedbird lock, speedbird 252.
Right. The frame is down to its knees.
France 434.
We'll do our best.
France 434, stands 309, Lucas time Falklands to Paris.
France 434, you're south of
Ah.
Manchester, double check, call me back.
Bugger. That's the wrong view. That's the wrong button, I've not set that.
23.5 for 25,000.
Cheek.
United 224 London, Willow 3 Bravo.
Flight
right,
director.
Right, descend now, flight level 140.
We've got even a bit of a tailwind. Tail and across.
Zero right, descending now for flight level 140, United 224.
The frame is down to its knees.
Scandinavian 1524 left, Bravo left Echo, hold Echo 1.
This is not gonna be pretty.
Bravo to the left, hold Echo 1. Copenhagen 1524.
Check.
Pressing push and stop for 189 Echo Romeo.
Ryder 89 Echo Romeo, push stop route.
Push stop through 189 Echo.
Wow, the frame is it's so jerky, man.
100.
Check.
Decision plane.
Landing.
Checked.
Wow, it's so fidgety, man.
Whoa!
Whoa.
210, no speed control.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Ryder 98 X-ray Delta, climb flight level 370.
Come out, follow 370 for Ryder.
Speed brakes up. Reverses
Speed
normal.
17, speed 160 knots for greater 4 DMA.
Good God. It's like a slideshow.
60 knots.
Manual braking.
7,000,
Check.
receiving copy 220 knots, speedbird 259.
Wow.
Canada 856, heading 275.
Heading 275 there, Canada, right, caution. Moving center from 256, flight level 250 radar contact.
Oh, have you got radar contact? Oh, that's lovely. Actually, ironically, I don't have radar contact. So we'll go Charlie. No shuttle 9, disregard. Speedway 512, contact Euro Control 135.
Okay, to clean up.
250,
Check.
good afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the conclusion of our flight.
Speedway
Please
512,
remain
Euro
seated
Control
with your seatbelt fastened
135,
until the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign and the aircraft is parked safely. This will be your indication that it is safe to move around the cabin to gather your belongings and disembark. We'd like to thank you for flying with us today. We appreciate your business and hope to see you once again on a future flight. Thank you.
Okay, it doesn't look like he's gonna give us any instructions on the
Control,
ground.
contact Euro Control West 135.25, thank you, bye.
Bye-bye, brakes, Speedway 856, descent, direction air, Canada 856, descent to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1018.
4,000 QNH 1018.
So we're gonna go towards Terminal 5 and take it from there.
Alpha Charlie, Pakistan 545, good afternoon.
Alpha Charlie, stand 545, speedbird 178. Thank you for the service.
Speedway 81709 left, click along.
Alpha Charlie 545. We'll see if we have it.
Speedbird 252, Mike Lee Bottom, heading 280
Wow.
speed 220.
Okay, welcome to 80 degrees, speed 220.
Yeah, the frame is, yeah, you can see is oscillating between 17 and 23. Good God.
Trans 9490.
That's obviously with Heathrow UK 2000, VATSIM, the weather, streaming. Busman 69, no worries. Wow, even more rain now. Check the rain. Oh well. That's why it's so green.
Russia 160 away, thank you, maintain our shoot 5,000 feet.
Maintain 5,000, Russia 160.
Speed F 256, it's a Willow 3 Bravo arrival, to runway 08 right, descend now, flight level 150.
Oh well, that was a good flight. 5 hours and 51 minutes now, so yeah, as more or less as planned. Quite impressive actually. Here we are.
1524, you have to play nicely with everybody and wait till they reach back, okay? Please let people speak.
London Heathrow.
Okay, you're going to be back on
It's a wet evening.
Scandinavian 1524, right Alpha, hold up on 11.
Beautiful. Oh, almost like singing in the grass.
Scandinavian 1524, right Alpha, hold up November 11.
Where's Charlie further down now? Yeah, should be.
Right Alpha,
Oh, check the landing here.
Minus 2163, monitor 122, decimal 8 now, good afternoon.
Oh, very nice.
Minus 98, X-ray Delta, no service volume,
Ooh, landed almost on the nose wheel. Fantastic. Although that's the way it's, you know, showing in the sim.
And right heading 360 degrees with speed 180 knots. Right.
Okay, right heading 360, speed 180 knots. Making us very fast.
No shuttle 160 away.
Northeast 7, no Instagram, just Facebook and the YouTube channel. Indeed.
Jersey 8 Delta Hotel, redirect to Jacko when you're ready to send flight number 100 to the 11 at Jacko.
That's Delta, so Charlie should be the next one, and 545, yes, we have it in the scenery. So we'll call GSX. Parking.
No shuttle 6 Echo X-ray when you're ready, descend flight number 140. No trans 280.
Aha.
390. No trans 9490, contact Eurocontrol 135.250, good afternoon.
Change the parking facility.
Speaker 991 with you at Chelsea.
No trans 9490, contact Eurocontrol 134.250, good afternoon.
134.25, good day, no trans 9490.
Thank you very much for the tip. That's really helpful. So many gates. Five, 4, 5, number 9.
224, contact Calais 126.825.
No, follow me. Here is 545. Yeah, they're waiting.
Contacting Gatwick 8265 954.
So we take the middle line, not the left, not the right, but the middle one. Oh, check the rain. It's really heavy. Now we've got the marshaller, beautiful. Lights and doors.
Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check.
Alright, heading 360 or getting to 180 now, speed right there, 200 Mike.
Accelerator 856, speed 160, not some great turns for 40 MA.
60 or not, so that's 40 MA, that's very fast.
Again 602, and flight level 80 to the 11 at big end.
Just for the void, you're level digging at 062.
Speed at 252, might descend to altitude 3000 feet.
Oh yeah, I was wondering about.
Okay, Catherine 256, reduce speed 250.
The brakes are very sensitive. Parking here is really difficult to get right. It's very sensitive. Maybe we're gonna get Heathrow Macarena, but I doubt it.
I kilo 160, take off, I'm 189, Romeo.
Canada 856, clear to land 9 left with 350
I can't even see the guy anymore. He's disappearing below the aircraft. Stop!
252 right, turn right heading 060 degrees and 1 established.
Fantastic. Good stuff.
Right, 060.
Parking brake set. And has he not started the APU?
Under control.
What sort of...
Or Alpha Delta going through.
Oh, it'll shut down only one engine.
Direct control.
Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check.
6 Bravo Delta, hello, I'm now flight level 180, no speed control.
Yeah, new brakes, yeah.
180, no speed control, 6 or Alpha Delta.
No shuttle 6 Echo X-ray, can you unpause please, you're on the live network. Okay, bye-bye.
Touches.
0252 Mike, no speed control, continue approach, you're just becoming number 1.
Good stuff. Anyway,
Okay. No speed, take you, sequence 252 Mike.
oh, what's going on there with the view?